what this says is that, as we said before, most people have some resilience. The thing about that is that how long does it take to recover from something? Because in sport, you don't get that opportunity. I was chatting to some footballers yesterday, and we were looking at their behavioural profile, and we're looking at some of the challenges that they have, and different people cope with things in different ways. And there was one of the players, you would all know him, one of the makes a mistake on the field, he finds it really hard to get over that. And so for the next few minutes, he's out of the game. Well, you don't have that option either, do you? Like, you can't do that. We all make mistakes. It's actually, that is a certainty. We will make mistakes. Things will happen. But it's your recovery strategies to get back on top of that, which really defines literally how. And to a degree, understanding this, for me, is a great starting point. Because we all go through these different phases. When something happens to us, you know, we go through these various phases before we turn that, literally hit that turning point there. And we may not always get down to this one here. But for some, it's very shallow. For some, it's very compressed. Some people just move on very quickly. And that's what we're talking about. Well, how do you do that? How do you move on quickly? And so, if you like, that ability to bounce back. Now, one of the things that we talk to our athletes about is having emotional reserves. So before you go and compete, or an NCAA championship, or an important football game, or anything else, you have to have your emotional reserves fully topped up. Well, what do you think we mean by emotional reserves? What is that?
It's the way you stay with yourself.
Yep, that would be, you have to have a good relationship with yourself, don't you? Okay, what else? Emotional reserves. What else does that mean?
I think you need to be ready for how you're going to react to things as well. So
Yep. So
you don't invest too much in one incident and then you have nothing to think about for the next.
And part of what you're referring to there is your level of self-awareness. Like, you know that if something, I know I'm going to react this way, I know I'm going to respond this way, I know it's going to take time to recover. Well, what we're trying to help coaches understand, and leaders as well, is that what can they do to help foster their emotional reserves in their people so that they're ready to cope. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on the people around you. What else? Okay. Know that you have choices. Keep things in perspective. Well, why we talk about bouncing back, I mean, it's a tennis ball. How many times can you bounce it before it starts losing a bit of that bounce to the point where... Yeah, we're not like tennis balls though, are we? Are we? Well, a tennis ball can't go out and take itself to the beach and have a relaxing swim. It can't go for a nice walk. It can't enjoy the company of others. It definitely runs out of energy because it has no way of replenishing it. Okay? And so our challenge, even though we can run out of energy, is to make sure that we have strategies to put that energy back in. And understanding yourself well is a massive part of that. I was talking to another footballer yesterday on the team, and we were talking about the fact that he was a little bit more introverted than some of the others in his team. And so for him, given that he's got a critical position on the team, like the others, but critical position, in terms of directing the play and everything else, he actually needs to realise that, it's okay if I need to have my own space. It's okay if I need to step outside of the team to help me recover. It's okay if I need to have quiet time. Despite the fact that all of his good friends are really extroverted, and they're not like that. And so that's his managing strategy. That's his coping strategy. That's his way of adding to his emotional reserves.